Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
If you are ever looking for ideas of what to put on a cheese board, a charcuterie board, go to our Facebook and Instagram pages because I shared a little picture of a board that I made in the past with you this week and asked, help me build a better board, suggestions. And they are still coming in. And I'm going to share some right now because the reason I asked is, we're hosting a little get-together with family on Sunday at the house in celebration of Taylor, our oldest, graduating this weekend, graduating from college. And she requested a cheese party. She loves cheese. She said, Mom, will you do some boards? So, yes, ma'am, I have come to play. And so I do want to share with you, like Bridget's suggestion is awesome. Anna's, I'm going to get to those. You'll love Stacy's. But I decided to not be typical. I wanted to do some things different for her this time, Murphy, than she's expecting. I've never done goat cheese on a board before, but Taylor loves goat cheese.
Done them on salads.
So,
funny,
yeah.
But not, yeah.
So I bought 2 logs of goat cheese, 2 little logs, and I've decided to... Well, I've learned so much. I really want to come to play. I'm not just doing the throw it on the board and welcome everybody into the door. I've been reading about it and learning about it. You do know one of the tricks with cheese on boards is that you do not serve it cold. You serve it room temp.
Oh, didn't know that.
For full flavor. The flavor in the cheese comes from the fat in the cheese. And so right out of the refrigerator, it is not full flavor. It needs to be room temp.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's all going to be more flavorful. And for the goat cheese, what I've decided to do, I've seen all kinds of appetizers and baked this and do that. The one I like the most is you put it on a dish and you sort of score it. You cut it in a few different ways.
Yeah.
And then you kind of open it up a little bit. And then you pour some sort of balsamic or a super zesty Italian dressing on it. I have olive oil, and I was thinking about getting some of that, some of those fresh herbs that you like when you go to a restaurant and they give you the olive oil mix to dip bread in.
Right.
I want to get some of that and pour it into that and serve it with crostinis and things like that. So that's one board.
Yeah.
Will be a goat cheese board. Okay. The other block of cheese that I bought, I know you scoped out the fridge last night, Murphy. Did you see the big block?
No, I saw the 3 big cheesecakes, but I didn't see the...
That's for dessert.
I know.
It's a
that's
cheese
for
party.
dessert, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that many cheesecakes in the fridge, and it's pretty exciting, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll get to that later, too, because the toppings are going to be fun. But I bought a block of Parmesan I'm going to say this right, Parmesan Reggiano cheese.
Okay.
And it's another one that needs to be served at room temp for the best, most full flavor. If you're pulling cheese right out of the fridge and you're grating it and putting on salad, it's not at full flavor. But this one, it's very easy when you're trying to display it. It's dry.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, you don't slice it in perfect slices. It comes off looking sort of rough.
Yeah.
But it looks great on the board.
That's the kind of Parmesan slice that we've had in a salad recently. There's a restaurant we go to and they do shavings.
Yeah.
And I noticed that those are served at room temperature, and they really are flavorful.
Yeah. So those are 2. I'm trying to think of the other cheese I bought. Oh, well, I know Taylor, sharp white cheddar, which I'm going to serve on a fruit board. And I've decided to do something different, too, this time. Usually in our house, when we have company over, it's always family. My family, your family, we all come together. Everybody congregates around the bar where we have little bar stools, and we have kind of a big bar area. And it becomes
like a breakfast bar.
It becomes really crowded there. So what I've decided to do differently this time is I'm going to have boards in the living room, boards in the and on the bar in the kitchen, and maybe one in the family room too. So wherever you go to mingle in the house, there's a board. The's food. So I have my work cut out for me.
So it's a cheese trail.
Kind of. It's a cheese party.
It's like a cheese scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
I also did get some really good dark chocolates because that goes well with cheese and crackers and boards. Sam, you'll be happy to know I got some because I know you have to have meat when you go to parties. I got salami.
Murphy?
Yeah.
Have you seen the salami?
He saw it in person.
Yeah.
She sent me a picture of the salami rose.
Yeah, I was actually quite impressed. I was sitting there. Before she sent you that picture, she walked up and she showed me this, and I'm like, "Oh wow, I really was genuinely impressed."
I made my first ever salami rose last night because I've always done the river.
Yeah,
where you fold them up and you place them together, and it looks pretty. It looks like a river. Honestly, the salami roses are easier than the river. Super easy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to have some of those filling up gaps and holes in the boards.
That's a perfect example of something that goes great on a board in a party presentation, but you would never give someone a bouquet of salami roses.
Well, I don't know about that.
I've even toyed with the idea, although I don't want to do this. I've toyed with the idea. I don't know if you've ever seen it or been to a party, guys, where instead of a board full of a ton of stuff that everybody's sharing, you have a tray of little like martini glasses, and they can be plastic party glasses, but they're pretty and they're clear, and you get to pick one up, and it's literally at the bottom it's nuts, and then there are crackers and cheese and a little a salami roll or prosciutto, and then there's like blueberries and raspberries, and a sprig of rosemary, and it looks really pretty, and everybody gets their own little take with you to eat cup.
Yeah.
And I've toyed with the idea of doing that, but I don't think that's the crowd for our families. I think they want to.
Well, that's not going to be enough for this crowd. You know what I mean? That's, even me, I'm not going to,
Yeah.
I'll be hitting the third and fourth cup just to make sure I'm filled up on snacks.
Yeah.
I was looking at the salami rose that you sent me, Jody.
Well, it needs a toothpick in the bottom.
Okay. Well, yeah, but it's got a hole, like a big, and I was thinking you could put a cherry tomato in that or something.
Or an olive.
Or an olive.
An olive.
Yeah.
I was actually going to put a toothpick in the bottom, which will make it more rose-like and fill in that gap. But thank you. For your
I think the olive would be a nice little surprise.
I'll play with it.
Because you've got those big stuffed olives already.
Oh yeah, they got
with
the monster
feta
ones.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely have olives on our boards too. We're gonna be eating this stuff probably for because it's always like I overdo food at a party, and we always have leftovers and for days in big Ziploc bags in the fridge. It's like salami again.
Any grilled cheeses?
I'm not gonna heat up the ovens on this day. It's cold food, board food.
You mean room temperature food?
Room temp cheese.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm so excited to put this together. Sunday morning when I get up, I'll be drinking coffee and I'll start planning all of that. Bridget says, based on looking at the picture that I had posted from the old board, beautiful. I like to add a soft cheese and crackers. That'll be the goat cheese. I know you don't like maple, Jody, but I added Terrapin Ridge smoky maple bacon mustard to my last board, and it was a huge hit. Bridget, that's another recommendation in the food world to go on a board with cheeses and meats and crackers is some sort of ground mustard. Also, honey is a good.
But and what
addition.
makes that really awesome is, to me, that's the right place for that kind of specialty condiment. You know what I mean?
Otherwise,
it's not that you can't eat that on a sandwich, but it's something that just really works as a dipping or a snack, like what you're doing with charcuterie in general.
I guess that French's dill pickle mustard would be too not fancy enough.
I don't think so. Thank you, Sam. Emily says different stuffed green olives and pitted Kalamata olives. And I do have 3 different kinds of olives to also just kind of lay into. I have
Kalamata olives.
Yeah.
A weakness. They're so good.
I have nuts for the board too, like a nut mix. And then I bought cashews. It's insane. Like, it was funny because last night, after all that shopping and planning, and I knew I was going to be practicing my salami rose. I told Murphy, I said, I'm not cooking tonight. Good luck. Open the fridge. It's going to sing at you when you open it. Just eat what you want.
I didn't want to touch anything, though, that's for the party. That was the whole thing. I was like, well, I'm not going to touch. I didn't want to open anything,
Yeah, you did, though. We did. That's what I had last night, like just sampling a few little things because.
Did you hit the cheesecakes?
No, that's party only.
Oh.
That's party only.
I learned that lesson a long time ago. The moment you cut into a cake that's designed for someone else in a party,
we don't.
You don't sleep at home that night.
The reason I'm excited about this, I like hosting anyway. I feel like I think of everything. It's natural to me to host, and if I don't, that's okay too. It's okay to be a human. But I'm excited to do this for her. Because she just when the moment she mentioned to me, I love cheese. I'm like, it's going to be a cheese graduation party. Then I just love doing it for her.
Sure.
Lorna sent this in based on this subject. I attended a baby shower a few months ago. The caterer made up individual cups of varieties of combos, things not shown on your board, like tiny pretzel squares, mini cookies, veggie sticks. I know you're going for a board, but clear plastic cups with a cocktail pick did the trick and was easy cleanup for the caterer. For sure.
Yeah. Easy cleanup is a thing.
Easy cleanup, yeah. Well, boards are pretty easy too. Just put it once it's done, you put everything away, or you can send some of your family home with some of it.
What kind of toothpicks do you have?
I think I have some fancy cocktail toothpicks, but I need to double check that. I'm not finished. I have one more little store run to do today for the last little bits of things, because you need to know, Murphy, for the cheesecakes.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put the cheesecakes, I think, on my big cake stand thing that I bought, the big wedding cake.
They all fit?
Maybe two will fit, but we'll have one in the waiting in the wings or whatever. But next to the cheesecakes will be all the, like if I serve a family member a piece of cheesecake on a plate, then they get to do what they want with the topping. I have whipped cream. I have flavored whipped cream. We have caramel sauce. We have Oreos that I'm going to crumble. Yeah. And I'm thinking of buying that dark chocolate sauce that you like so much, Murphy.
The tornado, what is it called?
Something.
Tornado, something like that?
Yeah. When I buy that, Murphy is
it's good.
About
Chocolate and cheesecake don't go together unless it's done right.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion, that's just me.
Sorry,
that's right. It's like a chocolate, and peanut butter pie or something like that. It all works in pie, but there's I don't know. There's like a tart offset that's a little weird to me. Then
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, caramel works.
Yeah, we have that.
Blueberry topping certainly.
Yeah.
works.
Does anybody sell a pre-made puree, like a strawberry, raspberry, blueberry?
The little
puree?
last little errands I'm running today are the specialty places with the
Spices and purees.
Yeah, things like that. Laura sent this. If you have never had candied bacon crackers, they're amazing. Butter and brown sugar on graham crackers wrapped in thinly cut bacon. Cook them in the oven or an air fryer. That's kind of like
yeah, that's similar
you
to
do,
yours.
Sam.
Club cracker, little piece of bacon, and we put some brown sugar and some red pepper on top.
Yeah.
I've seen it done with the jalapeno on top instead of the red pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Little slice of jalapeno.
I love jalapeno.
You know what? As I bang this down here. Yeah, it just occurred to me, when Sam made those, I know that y'all laughed at me a little because the eating them cold I thought was not, the way to do it. But now I think I know why. It was what Jodi was saying a minute ago, because the fat and the bacon and all those things, it needs to be warm. To be that flavorful. It's kind of like if you eat a cold piece of bacon, it's still bacon, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not nearly as flavorful as straight out of the pan. So I bet you that's the reason that the crackers are the same thing with the quick reheat. You know what I'm saying? It just makes the flavor pop.
I think that, temperature is very important to me with food. I only like warm cake. Yeah. And I only like warm pizza. I don't eat cold pizza. Right. I feel like it's a completely different bite of something because it's the fat that gets warmed up and the flavor changes. It's definitely true for cheese. And it's not like the cheese is going to be warm. It's going to be room
temperature, right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it out right before everybody arrives because it'll be too cold. And it'll be perfect temperature when everybody's leaving. Pat sent this. I've seen the boards you've shared in the past. They look great and yummy. I want to see the ones you make this weekend with that cake stand you found. Pat, that was a year ago, and I've barely used the cake stand once, maybe, because it's so big, but it's perfect for dessert. Just the dessert to be on the cake stand. So I'm excited about that.
So if you make the salami roses, what's the rule on that? Does somebody take a whole rose or they take each quote-unquote petal?
No.
Oh, yeah.
If you were to take a petal, you would be deconstructing the rose. I don't know. The salami rose, honestly,
that's
is
a lot of salami for one person.
That's a big rose.
It's about 8 to 10 pieces. It's about 8 pieces. What the picture the one I sent you, it's 8 pieces of salami.
I mean, I love salami, but I think 10 pieces in, I would be going,
it's really just, I'm only going to make a couple. It's just.
Or running for water.
It's for aesthetics. It's for looks on the board.
Okay.
It's something pretty.
Yeah.
There will also be salami either in a river, if I have time, or just laying there.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I'm practicing good salami rose etiquette. That's all.
Who broke all the roses?
I got
by the way, and I have to ask this before you're done.
Yes, Sam.
Because somebody has to, but will there be something to cut to cheese?
Of course you asked that. Be sure to ask that there, too.
We have the
Uncle Terry will like that one.
Yeah, he will.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jody podcast.